Hello, Michael Finn, Holistic Exercise and Lifestyle Coach, and today I'm going to show you a exercise to strengthen primarily your neck, but your shoulders a little bit too. And I like to call this exercise my working and strengthening your neck and shoulders while you're watching TV. So, here we go. So let's lay down on the stomach, on the floor, okay? So when I was a kid, we used to have big console TVs that sat on the floor, and so it was really good to lay on the floor and watch. And so we're going to lay on the floor, face down, but we're going to be propped up on our elbows. So that if I was laying completely flat, my hands would be right by my shoulders, and my elbows are right by the bottom of my rib cage, so that they're all tucked in there nice and tight like that, okay? And then from there, and I'm actually going to move them a little bit more forward from there so I can prop them up a little bit more. And so then you want to lift your chest away from the floor so that you're arching your low back. And that you're pushing through your elbows to pull your shoulders down away from your ears so that you're lifting everything up so that, you know, my tummy is not even touching the floor or anything like that. So my hips are down to the floor, but my tummy's up off the floor. And I've got my head reaching up towards the ceiling. And I'm, really pulling those shoulders down. So I'm making the top part of my spine nice and long. And then all we want to do is turn our head and look over our left shoulder as far as we can. And even use your eyes to look as far around over your left shoulder as you can. And then turn to the right and look over your right shoulder as much as you can. And then turn to your left and look over your left shoulder as much as you can. And then turn to your right and look over your right shoulder as much as you can. And the whole time, you want to be trying to lengthen your neck and lengthen through your upper thoracic spine or your upper spine area and your upper back. And pushing those elbows down into the floor, keeping those shoulders pulled away from your ears. Okay, and then after you do a few times of going back and forth, looking over one shoulder and then the other shoulder, then you can do what we call nods. So you can look all the way down at the floor, tucking your chin towards your chest, and then looking as high up towards the ceiling as you can, making your voice sound funny. And then you can go all the way back down looking at your chest and trying to drive the chin to the chest, and then taking the face all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, you can also do angles a little bit. You could try to take your chin towards your left shoulder, and then take your face up towards the right, and then chin towards the left shoulder, and then face up towards the right, and then you can go chin towards the right shoulder, and you can go up towards, high up to the left, and then you can go chin to the right shoulder, and then you can go up to the left, always just pushing those elbows into the ground, having the belly button in just a little bit, keeping your lower body relaxed. If the low back gets tired or anything like that, well, just lay flat. Or you can even do a couple of stretches the other way and stretch out the low back muscles if they get a little bit tight by going up into like a cat pose and on the hands and knees and rounding that back up towards the ceiling. And then you can come back down to here, and then you can even do like big circles. So I can go chin to the left shoulder and then all the way up as high as I can there and up over the top looking towards the ceiling, and high looking up to the right, and then taking my right chin down to my right shoulder, and then bringing my chin right across the front of my chest, and then my chin over to the left shoulder and all the way up around once again. You could do figure eights, so you could do a big all the way, well, I guess it would be more like an infinity, but I could do a big circle. You could do figure eights and infinities. You can move your neck all around that way. Okay, but taking your neck through a full range of motion in many different directions while you're propped up on your elbows and while you're pushing those elbows down. And it's really going to work all of the muscles in your neck and take your neck through a full range of motion. All right? So that's my little neck strengthening exercise in the watching television position. So play around with it. Do lots of different variations of moving your head in all ranges of motion that you can. We always want to remember, never move through areas that cause pain. Just kind of move to the edge of it, and as you develop strength, it will get stronger and stronger, and you'll be able to move farther into it. All right? So if you've got questions, reach out to me. Always subscribe. Hit the little bell. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I wish you all a happy and healthy day with a nice strong neck.